We get the idea. You're looking for your lost dog Spots. Does anybody know him?
No.
I've lost all of my pride.
Hi everyone, Vegas Film Critic here, Jeffrey K. Howard, here to review Isle of Dogs, directed by Wes Anderson, with a who's who of voice talent. Let's see if I can remember some of them. I can't even remember all of them. Yeah, Bill Murray, Edward Norton, Bob Balaban, Liev Schreiber, Bryan Cranston, Greta Gerwig, Scarlett Johansson, Jason Schwartzman. There's so many. I won't even attempt to do the Japanese names because I'm not going to mangle those. This is an amazing film. It really is. First, let me set this up. Isle of Dogs is a fantasy from director Wes Anderson, who's just given us some of the greatest films of the last decade. It's about how a dog flu has taken over a fictional city in Japan. And the mayor, Mayor Kobayashi, has banished all the dogs to Trash Island. And, no more dogs. And this little boy named Atari has had enough of that. He wants to go look for his dog Spots. And so he gets this little cool plane and flies over to Trash Island to find his dogs. Now, packs of dogs are all over Trash Island. And our group of dogs all had masters. They were all domesticated and they all miss their master. They miss being at home. They're miserable and they're trying to scrounge for scraps and just really a trash heap. Can you imagine living in a trash dump? And Bryan Cranston is a mutt. He's a stray. He didn't have a master. So he's kind of the tough guy. Chief, I bite. He's kind of the leader of the gang. But Edward Norton's character, he tries to take over the gang too. But they're all reminiscing about getting dog treats, about laying in front of the fire, and how they miss their masters.
Nobody's giving up around here, and don't you forget it, ever. You're Rex. You're King. You're Duke. You're Boss. I'm Chief. We're a pack of scary, indestructible alpha dogs.
Of course, there's an evil underlying tone to the movie in terms of the mayor. He's actually a history of a clan that goes back centuries who love cats and hates dogs. So there's this big conspiracy theory about getting rid of all the dogs and having them never come back. He's corrupt. And Atari is trying to get off the island with his dog. So it's really a unique kind of homage to fairy tales and Japanese culture. I have to say, I'm disappointed in the movie. Well, I'm not in the movie, but the reaction to the movie. Okay, I came out of this thing just thinking, this is just one of my favorite films of the year. It's this wonderful Japanese fairy tale, this mythology, and all over on the internet, there has been so much criticism about Wes Anderson doing cultural appropriation, hijacking Japanese culture and westernizing it, or using Japan as a backdrop and, using our Western kind of influence and our interpretation of Japanese culture. And they deemed it racist. They deemed it all kinds of different things. And I didn't see that at all. So I was really confused at the reaction to this movie from a lot of critics. And I think Emily Yoshida has a really good article on it, and I'll leave the link down below, but you can judge for yourself. And when I saw this movie, I saw that it was a tribute to Japanese culture. I thought it was a love letter to Japanese culture. Yes, it's through Western eyes, but this is an American filmmaker. Criticism that the dogs all spoke English and all the characters either sometimes had subtitles or they were just speaking in Japanese, but in low tones. And and Yoshida, she went and interviewed a couple of people who spoke Japanese and saw the film, and they had all kinds of interesting reactions from it. But I didn't think it was insulting at all. I thought the opposite. And a lot of the fictional Japan that it takes place in, it reminded me of the 1960s kind of Godzilla movies and Rodan. It's got that technology and that look to it. So I don't know. I didn't see any kind of insulting, cultural bashing at all. So I don't know, the PC police are out against this movie, and I don't see why, I think it's charming. I think that dry humor that Wes Anderson has and the voice talent is just top notch, and it's funny with the pauses and with the wit. I mean, this was just an amazing film. And it's not just about a boy looking for his dog. It goes deeper than that. Some of the characters really have some detailed stories, and there's this conspiracy theory going on, and then more criticism about a white hero, being in it. Greta Gerwig's little girl, she's an exchange student in Japan. I just think there's just too much of big ballyhoo about nothing. I really do. This is one of my favorite movies of the year. The animation's spectacular. The music's spectacular. Wait till you see this movie. You're just going to love it. You're just going to love it. All right, for more reviews and interviews, just surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. Also, check me out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. And if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, comment below, thumbs up. What did you think of Isle of Dogs? You like to play on that? I love dogs. Isle of Dogs. Get it? Isle, I love. Yeah, I did too. What else? Oh, yes. Head on over to iTunes and pick up my podcast, and you can take me along with you. I'm Jeffrey Goward in Las Vegas. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.